Chapter 9, The Arrival That Changed Everything. In 2003, football was changing. And so was Barcelona. The club was struggling. Results weren't good enough. The identity was fading. The fans were losing hope. They needed something more than just a player. They needed a symbol. A spark. A reason to believe again. And that's when he arrived. Ronaldinho. From the moment he stepped onto the pitch, something felt different. Not just for Barcelona, but for football itself. Chapter 10, Football. But with a smile. Most players play to win. Some play to dominate. But Ronaldinho? He played to enjoy. Upbeat rhythm begins. Every touch had personality. Every movement had rhythm. Every moment felt like a performance. Fans didn't just watch him. They experienced him. A no-look pass that made no sense. A dribble that broke logic. A flick that left defenders frozen. And through it all, that smile. That constant, effortless joy. It wasn't forced. It wasn't for the cameras. It was real. And the world fell in love with it. Chapter 11, The Rise of a Superstar. At Barcelona, Ronaldinho didn't take long to adapt. He didn't need time. He didn't need adjustment. He just needed the ball. Week after week, he delivered. Goals. Assists. Moments no one had ever seen before. Defenders tried everything. Marking him tight. Doubling him. Fouling him. It didn't matter. Because Ronaldinho didn't follow patterns. You couldn't predict him. And that made him unstoppable. Chapter 12. Skills that defied reality. There are great players. And then there are players who change what's possible. Ronaldinho was the second. He didn't just beat defenders. He embarrassed them. A step over, into a spin, into a pass no one saw coming. A free kick that curved like it had a mind of its own. A touch so soft, it looked like the ball was glued to his foot. These weren't just skills. They were art. And every match was a gallery. Chapter 13, The Night the World Stood Still. Then came one of the most iconic moments in football history. Barcelona versus Real Madrid. At the Santiago Bernabéu. A stadium filled with rivals. A crowd ready to hate him. But what happened next? No one expected. Ronaldinho took the ball. He accelerated. Past one defender. Then another. Then another. And scored. Then he did it again. Another goal. Another moment of pure brilliance. And suddenly, something unbelievable happened. The Real Madrid fans stood up and applauded him. A rival crowd applauding an opponent. That's not normal. That's greatness. Chapter 14, The Best in the World. By 2005, there was no debate anymore. Ronaldinho wasn't just entertaining. He wasn't just talented. He was the best player on the planet. He won the Ballon d'Or, the highest individual honor in football. But what made it special wasn't the trophy. It was how he won it. Not through power. Not through discipline alone. But through creativity. Through joy. Through magic. Chapter 15, More Than a Player. Ronaldinho wasn't just winning games. He was changing football culture. Kids around the world started copying him. The skills. The style. The confidence. Street football came back to life. Creativity became cool again. He inspired a generation, including a young boy, who would later become one of the greatest players of all time. Lionel Messi. Soft emotional tone. At Barcelona, Ronaldinho didn't just shine. He helped others shine too. Chapter 16, The Magic Peak. This was his peak. The perfect balance of skill, confidence, freedom. Everything worked. Everything flowed. Every match felt like a highlight reel. Fans didn't want games to end. Because when Ronaldinho played, football felt different. More alive. More human. More beautiful. Chapter 17, The Beginning of the Shift. But even magic has its limits. Behind the scenes, things were changing. The same lifestyle that once made him free was starting to catch up with him. Late nights. Less discipline. More distractions. It didn't show immediately, because talent can hide many things. But slowly, the consistency began to fade. Chapter 18, The Last Flashes of Genius. Even as things began to change, Ronaldinho still had moments. Moments that reminded everyone. He was still that magician. A sudden dribble. A perfect assist. A flash of brilliance. But they became less frequent. Less dominant. Less inevitable. And for the first time, people started asking, is this the end of his peak? Chapter 19, A Legend in Transition. Barcelona was evolving. New players were rising. New systems were forming. And while Ronaldinho was still loved, the team was slowly moving forward, without relying on him the same way. From being the center of everything, he was becoming part of something else. And deep down, everyone knew this chapter was coming to an end. Chapter 20, The Magic That Could Never Fade. But even as his peak began to fade, one thing never changed. The feeling he gave people. Joy. Excitement. Wonder. Because Ronaldinho didn't just play football. He made people remember why they loved it. And even if the peak was ending, the legend was far from over.